Really, folks, today I was just thinking I should actually show you a little bit on tracing in Lightburn when you're using Gweike, and I'm gonna trace out a plectrum. See that? And we're gonna make it out of acrylic. Like so. So, let's see if we can do this the correct way. Let's go over here and in Lightburn and the laser and the camera. And today I only have that camera and the one in the laser, because I have an older machine that have a conflict with using a lot of cameras. So it's almost going haywire when I'm connecting up multiple things. So first thing first, I'm gonna put a background into the laser and put the plectrum inside of the laser so we can take a picture of it. Another thing you can do is, for example, let's see, you can go on your browser and find a picture. I have actually been tracing out this picture. And there you have a plectrum. Maybe I should use just pictures to trace. Well, that's really easy. Maybe later. Anywho, let's do the first thing I thought of. I'll be right back after messing around with the laser and stuff. Like so, and now let's see if the camera works. Taking a picture, and there it is. Let's go into camera control and turn off the fade. Boop. Zoom in, and the fade is just to get a clear view of what I'm looking at. And under camera control, we have something called trace. So I'm just pushing that. And here we have a picture of the trace. As you see on everything here, what? Let's do this. It is tracing everything the camera see. See, the cardboard is jaggedy, and well, we don't care about that. We are zooming in on the plectrum. What we are looking for is clear lines. So we can see here is a bulge. Don't actually want that. So we can just adjust tracing down here. And there it's gone. We can go all the way up here and down here. Second one is threshold. Let's just see. Well, there we have it. Lucky shots. 114 threshold. So I'm gonna take care of that and use it. So you just press OK. And we are going back to cut on layers. And you see the layer he made is fill mode. I don't want that. I want the line. And I want to see it. So I'm going to put all that into layer 2. Do the same thing. Line. And everything that has been traced out is all grouped up. So you need to ungroup them to be able to delete all the crap you don't want. So I go up here, ungroup it, just press wherever I want. So I see a borderline here, just delete that, and delete that. And another thing we can do is just mark the line area. You see, I'm only pressing on the line. And then we can just copy that. Control C on PC. And I want it to be on the blue layer. So Control V. Come on, blue layer. There we go. There we have the trace line I want when I want to cut in the acrylic. Camera mode, I can just use the fade mode to be able to see it more. So what you can do now, because you have copied the shape into a new layer, you can go up in the red one and just delete it. Like so. There we have the shape we want. And the same thing, not the same thing exactly, but when you are going into picture, like this one, you are just dropping the picture into Lightburn. Let's see if I have that picture laying around here. There I have it. And that picture is a PNG. So for this one, going to camera, or not camera actually, you can just right click it and go into trace image. And since this is a really good picture, for me, I think it's all good, the tracing it's actually did. So I'm just gonna trace OK. That is a fill. See? And the reason why the picture isn't there anymore is because on my settings I have selected that it should remove the original picture when I'm pressing OK. To me, it doesn't matter. Also, when you have done this tracing, you need to ungroup it and reselect what you don't want. I don't want that R. and regroup. Where is it? There it is. Like so. So now we have both. And what we can do just to align the name and the shape, just select the first one that you are align it to. Then we just going to do that. Select both, or you're actually selecting the back shape also, and align it to center. There it is. You can also go in, for example, text and skrive super thick. Don't know how that's written. Maybe not. You can do like this. XXL. And put it in fill mode. Doing it a little bit smaller. Do the same team alignment just to see how it is. And it's good. You see? This shape is 80 by 94 millimeter. So I'm gonna put acrylic into the machine. Let's see how it goes. Let us see. You can take a picture of the acrylic. There it is. So I want it. Can I make it bigger? Bigger. Better. Bigger is better, they say. I don't believe. So, what thickness am I using? Since this is the same acrylic, I'm just taking a measurement. That is 3 millimeter. So I'm gonna put that in material thickness 3. And then I'm gonna arrange the job. So I don't want to cut it first, I want to cut it last. So I'm just hold and drag it and release. And it can just do it in that order. And maybe, let's see, 250 engraving. Let's do 30 power. Just do it 30 power all the way. Line per inch, I just doing 299. I'm not too fussed about line per inch on text and on this one. So cutting, I do 10 mil second, 40 power. Let's see. going to look at the test piece. Always make one of these on any material you are using. So I am looking at speed and power and such. So the cutting speed is 10 and the power is 40. That's why I know about this cutout. It's here. And I made myself a note on a sticky paper, something. You see it there? Can you see it? Whoop. Like this. Yeah. Anywho. I know my cutting and engraving power, all that jazz. Okay. That's about it. So we can do and go preview 6.5 minutes. So let's run it. It's moving. Yep. And there we go. What I actually should have is another camera that can show you when it's operating. But as I said earlier, my PC will die if I do that. So we just have to wait 6.5 minutes. So just hang on. There were something else I was thinking about. Need to figure that out. In the group on Facebook I'm a member of, on Gweike, they've been asked on the dimension on the earpiece, air supply piece knob on the lens. There's some threads, and there have been people buying, as myself, a different lens holder, but on some fabricated lens holders, these don't fit over to the new one because the threading is all wrong, they say. Try to figure out what kind of threads is being used. So what you can do if you are getting yourself a thread measuring tool like this. This is metric, and all the machines from Gweike do have metric threads. So on the thread count and pitch on the threads are metric. So what we actually are doing is, if you are measuring the threads on the nozzle, we just need to find the right comb on this to see if they fit inside of these threads. So that's why what I'm doing now, just to see what is what. And there we might have it. Do we? Looks like it. Yeah. So the thread pitch on this nozzle hose connector from Gweike, that one is 1.0 pitch. So that's how the threads are. And then you need to figure out the width, the diameter, what do you call it, to see how big it is. Caliper like this, you measure in millimeter. So this one is it's almost 6 millimeter. It is more like a 6.7 mil across. So they will actually call this for a M6. So a M6 with 1.0 pitch. So any screw you have like that, or a nozzle hose doohickey like that, will fit inside this lens. So you can also measure inside this, but it's very difficult because the hole is small. But we're gonna try. And it fits with the 1.0 pitch. And the caliper, I have a inside measurements. So inside there it's actually saying 5 mil. So that doesn't make sense if you have a M6 doesn't fit a M5. So I would probably believe that the hole in this one is a M5. What you need is a nozzle with a M5 size with a pitch of 1.0, most likely. Because I've actually seen that taking this apart, putting it back together, it's not super good when you are messing around inside of the machine. But also, I'm gonna do something else. I know there are machinists out there that actually know this stuff compared to me. So we are gonna measure between the threads and see. That's more like M5. Yeah. So measure between the threads. Never mind. Correction has been followed. Anyhow, that's the dimension of this little piece. That's the way you can measure any threads on bolts or threaded holes, something like that. And this tool ain't that expensive. I have a different one. This is SAE measurement. That will refer to Imperial. I think it is. Yes, it is. It is. So sometimes I need to measure that also. And now, back to the main quest. Let's have a look. There we go. You see all the dust. One thing I actually remember now was I was supposed to flip the text. So it actually went from the back side, not on the front. That doesn't matter actually. The whole point was to show you the tracing in Lightburn using the camera. It's a lot of dust. And there we so. So and so. And let's use a Sharpie. You can use any marker. Let's see, let's go back to that one. I show you again. You see? And now I'm just starting to mark out. Very shiny, you can see my screen. Hey. So, I'm just filling in. Sharpie. And it's gold. I'm just using gold because that's what every plectrum from Gibson I have. And I like the color. You can do it in different red, pink, or green, or whatever you like. So this is, you actually don't need to be too careful when you are coloring in this, because after we have filled in everything, we are gonna rub off the excess color. That we just use plain paper and just start rubbing. Rub ducky. Eberaki. So the tracing feature in Lightburn you can use on any image you have. The best image would actually be one color image or vectorized image, so you don't have all those what do you call it, different shades of color like you have in a normal picture. Like so. There we have it, all filled in. Now I just have to let it dry. Paper. Now the camera will shake. That's just the way it is. Rubby scrubby. Rubby scrubby. And what you don't want to do is use solvent on the paper, just because it's easier to remove the marks. Because then you are gonna remove what you already put inside the letters. Yeah. That's not good. That's not what you want. All you want is this. There we have it. Very glary. And it's a regular plectrum. So if you have anyone that are stealing your plectrum, start using one of these. Not too easy to steal that one. But I don't think it's very practical. Maybe on, I don't remember which country it is, if it's Chinese or Japanese instrument. They are actually using a big plectrum. It looks like a spade shape, and they are actually holding it like this, playing. Can't remember what it is, but there is a such instrument. There we have it, 2 plectrum. So now it's your turn making tracing image. So take care, see you next time.